thank the people. We all know that. Hadith, alhamdulillah, you're talab ilm, you're mashallah, seekers of knowledge. First thing I asked Brother Ajmal when he says come, I asked him, you know, is there going to be food? It was conditional. He says yes. So, you know, it was an offer I couldn't refuse, minimum requirement. Alhamdulillah. So it was something that that I've asked the team to do. And I've asked also for Brother Ajmal to coordinate something to come to my place, which I failed miserably. I really wanted to have the whole team come to my place and have a little bit of fun. But inshallah we'll make it up to you next time. You know, in the summer inshallah. We'll have one day or maybe give them some time for the sisters to have fun in the backyard. And then we can go to the 50 point. Inshallah, there's a nice conservation area. Then they can switch. The sisters and my wife will take them over and we'll come back. The moral of the story is our whole life revolves around food and really ilm. That's basically it. All I'm telling you is that if I'm hungry, I can't think of anything right now. Everybody's looking like a hot dog and burgers. I really got nothing. I'm empty. I'm just happy that the Sheikh is here. He'll tell you all this, you know, happy and spiritual and religious stuff. I'm just going to tell you about food. That's basically it. No, I've actually said this before. I mean, Allah bless you, Wallahi, brothers and sisters, for sticking out and hanging in there. I've seen a lot of faces that have been coming back over and over and over again, which is so nice to have. It's one of the few team members that I haven't seen the high turnover, which is something that is very, mashallah, commendable. So I encourage you to do this I'd say every week and invite us when you do. I'd say every 3 months or so, right, brother? You do like a team building event with the team to get to know one another as brothers and sisters, not just as a team. Because sometimes what happens when we travel, and the Sheikh will know, most of the teams, what they do is they only get to know each other at the event. So the whole relationship between them is come, we have an event, put the event together, break it down, okay, take it back, I'll see you next event. The brotherhood, the camaraderie, and the sisterhood doesn't work that way. And even in corporate, when we used to be there, they always have to have an investment in team building events. Have fun. So this is something that is very commendable. That's why I made sure that I come here to make possible that we are here to support you as you supported us. And I'm going to ask again for my favorite thing in the whole world. If everybody again stands up, brothers and sisters, again, I'm going to do this right here. Everybody stand up. Oh, you came in perfect timing, look at that. Perfect time. Alright, so the simple thing I asked is, the sisters hug each other and the brothers hug each other. You know what? I love you, man. And asking Allah that as you got us in the dunya, you got us in Prophet Muhammad in the akhirah. For that, I give the floor to my dear beloved Sheikh and my teacher, Sheikh Daood, but if you can give him attention for a few minutes, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد. I know, and I was just going to say, I've had a pretty bad cold for the past few days, and I literally had to hop up on some extra medication just to get myself out here. So my voice is literally, this is the limit. I can't go any louder. And actually I can only hear 50% of what's going on as well. My ears are blocked as well. So, but one thing that's really interesting, like Sheikh Elaa was saying, is that, coming out today, for me personally, the way that I felt over the last few days since Thursday, I wouldn't have come. I actually canceled Jummah this Friday. It's the first time in years I just couldn't make it, right? Couldn't leave Jummah. But subhanAllah, this is something that's really needed for our AlKauthar teams to get together. And I'm going to ask you a question off the bat. How many of you are direct team members of AlKauthar, as in you helped to put together a seminar? Just raise your hand.
Not sure.
Good, so the majority of you, and I know the rest are family members, and you contribute more sometimes because you sacrifice not seeing your husband or not seeing your your wife, or not seeing your brother or sister, or even mother or father, or it could even be, you know, some of these children, their parents, or some of our parents here not seeing their own children. And that becomes very challenging, right? It becomes really challenging at times. Like what Sheikh Elaa said, it's needed that our team members get together every quarter. Like every 3 months, there should be something where the core team members get together, not for any other reason, not a week before a course or 2 weeks before a course, but when there's nothing to discuss except just getting together for the sake of getting together. How many times do we see teams across the world, not Al-Kauthar only, but everything, conferences, different events, seminars, and so on that we attend, where the teams, they just change, they rotate. Like, I went to a conference a few months ago, completely different organizing team than last year. We were so confused. The same conference, same title, same venue, same place, you know, same theme, but subhanAllah, completely different set of people. And that really changes the way things work. Like, you cannot move forward if there's a constant turnover. Alhamdulillah, within the city of Toronto, we see that consistency is there. Many other Canadian cities, it has been a problem. Sister Maria's here, she knows, right? Where it's a challenge to get some of the teams to just stick together. Some of the teams to work together for such a long time. And so alhamdulillah, we begin by thanking you and thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to have that within our hearts, where we could stick together, we can do things together and work at promoting the deen. Now of course we're here and we, you know, learn together at Al-Kauthar seminars and courses. And a lot of the time the knowledge is given inside of an auditorium, and then we don't see each other until we're teaching another course. And we don't like it to be that way. As instructors, we spoke about this in January this year. We got together in Doha, in Qatar, and we said, you know, it's not right that we as instructors fly in and fly out and that's it. We don't get to see one another. And alhamdulillah, here in Toronto and in Canada, you have something that every other city doesn't have. You have many Al-Kauthar instructors just living right around you. Right? So take advantage of that. We're always here for you. We're always ready to help and assist in any way, shape, or form. I know Ajmal, mashallah, he always messages me and says, you know, I'm going to use and abuse it as long as I can, right? He messages me about every other thing under the stars and under the moon. But subhanAllah, that's good. That's really good. You take advantage of it, because other cities are falling apart because they're not doing that. They feel as though they can't reach out to an instructor, and they can't reach out to, you know, people who they learn together with. And part of learning together is spending that time together outside of the class, because that's when you really learn. A simple example, you know, we were walking to the masjid, which is just across the street, and the guy started yelling at us. Right? He started yelling at us, like telling us to go to, I don't know, Jahannam, and telling us to go to South Africa, and telling us to go to all these different places. He was really upset. He's like, this is Canada. It's an old man yelling at us. But subhanAllah, how do you deal with that? Right? How do you deal with it? We need to be people that are dynamic, that can work together and work with others as well. And knowing other people and knowing other cultures is important. We live in Canada, and we take advantage of, you know, the beauty of Canada, multicultural, alhamdulillah. But at the same time, we can't just be multicultural within our Muslim community. We need to be multicultural across the board. So just being nice and behaving with people and saying something nice to them in return, that's part of our deen, and that's part of learning. And that's where together we share that platform. Right? Together we share it. And alhamdulillah, I was really happy, because I'm like, you know, as the teacher, I know all of the students are not going to let this guy beat me up. But what made me even more happy was like knowing that I'm with a bunch of Afghanis. I was like, mashallah, they got things covered, right? Alhamdulillah. But that's the beauty of our deen, right? That we don't look at each other and say, you know, one person is from Afghanistan, another person's from this place or that place. You're this color, you're that color. You eat this food. Alhamdulillah, we're all the same, right? And we work together to attain Jannah together. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't have in Jannah like a category for, oh, you know what, Kauthar instructors go there and the students go there. Or, you know, the scholars go here and the students go there. The harder we work, the more benefit we get from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we all know the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of the first few people that will be thrown into Jahannam is the scholar. So be the student of knowledge. And I say this all the time to my colleagues. We always look up to them and say, Sheikh so-and-so, Sheikh so-and-so. I always remind them that subhanAllah, we're all the same. But we all need to remember that we are all students of knowledge. Every single one of us. You will see us as instructors sometimes making a mistake. We expect you to come and teach us. every single teacher that has students, if that teacher is sincere, that teacher expects their students to be better than they are. Otherwise, that's not a real teacher. A real teacher wants to see their students better than they are. A real parent wants to see their children better than they are. Right? And that's just the way the world is. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for all of us to work together, to come together, to unite our hearts. We're all here for you, we're all here for each other, alhamdulillah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for Toronto, the city, and the Al-Kauthar team in Toronto to work hard, to put more courses together. And this is the last thing I'll finish with, inshallah ta'ala, to work hard with us to give the Muslims of Toronto what we need. Right? What courses do you need? What knowledge are you lacking? Right? And we will try to fill that gap, inshallah, because there's too many people who are not qualified that are starting to teach this deen. Right? We see that on a daily basis. There are too many people who grow a beard and wear a thobe, and just all of a sudden, everyone is listening to them. But it's rare that you get someone who, subhanAllah, sits down with the people. And my wife always tells me that all the time. She's like, you know what, it's about a community. We need to have that community feel. And that's what we need to develop within AlKauthar as well, is community feel within our cities. Every time you learn something in a course, you become the teacher. You become the teacher. You now have the responsibility of taking that knowledge to yourself, your family, and your own personal life, but the people who you are living around as well. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make that easy for every single one of us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the food, very tasty and beautiful. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us people who are punctual. Punctual, right? I was telling Ajmal this before, we need to break the habit of waiting for everyone. Let's just be punctual. We said something's going to happen on time, let's start it on time. People come late, they have reasons why they come late, alhamdulillah. And we make sure that we're on time, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan. Barakallahu feekum. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sallam.